Hello, everybody, and welcome to World Cup Watch Along number 3, where I promise you everything that could have gone wrong has just gone wrong. And I think we're just about here and ready to go. My internet went down. I had to reset everything on the computer and the router, and we're just up and running. Unfortunately, that means no ticker along the bottom. I haven't had time to tap that in. But I think we're good, and I think we're live, and it is USA v Wales in the watch along. I just got a notification as well to say that my mouse is low on battery. And anyone who's got one of these MacBooks, not MacBooks, iMacs will know, ridiculously, the charging point is underneath the mouse. So you cannot charge it and use it at the same time. So I'm just going to talk a little bit, and then hopefully when we get into the game, I won't need the mouse, but I do need the mouse in these opening bits to do the teams and talk to you guys. So to Davey, welcome. Come on, the Dragons, absolutely. Tutu says, Arch, evening, Ewan, Joe, evening, Whale Shark. Is that a deal? Unfortunately, no ticker. Maybe we'll get it up and running, but we might have to do it during the game. Anir, Kev, welcome. Well, I'm Irish. I'll be rooting for both England and Wales. It is a home nations, Great British theme today. We've done England earlier. They won 6-2 against Iran. Now, there was a game in between. I was looking after my daughter, so I have no idea how it actually played out. But the score was Netherlands 2, Senegal 0. Which may, as we know, well have implications on who England might play in the second phase. Should they finish in either first or second in Group B, they'll be playing first or second in Group A. So let's say some more. Hello, Vindaloo. Welcome. Angel, see USA as favourite. I think I agree with you, Jess. There's not much in it between these two. I presume that means come on Wales in Welsh, Baker Boy. Joe is a Leeds fan after. Yes, we have got, and it's not just Leeds, we've got a lot of familiar players in this game. Alex, I used to have an iMac for work, and whenever the mouse died, I took an extra break. Yeah, I think I might have to take a mouse break during the first half, which is not fun. Do you know, I did think about literally buying a spare for moments like this, but because we've calmed down on the watch-alongs while we were renovating the garage and all of that good stuff. I didn't. Maybe I should ask for Christmas for a spare mouse. Right. Let's get into this then, and let's go through the teams. And I am now going to put my mouse on charge, and lots and lots and lots of familiar names. So let me just have a swig of my coffee as well. I need it tonight, for goodness sake. In goal for the US, Matt Turner of Arsenal. Right back, Serginho Dest of Milan. Right centre-back, Walker Zimmerman from Nashville. And then two Fulham players who we're all very, very familiar with, Tim Ream and Anthony Robinson. We covered both those guys in the Championship. Plenty, haven't we? Yunus Musa of Valencia. A lot of US players playing in very high caliber places and leagues indeed. Tyler Adams, we know very well from Leeds. Aronson, as the chat is correct, is not starting. Weston McKennie of Juventus is. So is Timothy Weir of Lille. And we're all very familiar with Josh Sargent of Norwich City. And he is, I think, level top scorer, isn't he, in the Championship on that big group with 9. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. And maybe the best player there in the squad, Christian Pulisic of Chelsea. We will go straight onto the Welsh team, so I don't have to touch the mouse, and it can stay on charge for a second. Oh, right. Wayne Hennessy of Nottingham Forest, well, of the bench of Nottingham Forest in goal. He's been around for about 100 years, hasn't he? Chris Mepham of Bournemouth. We've covered him playing for Brentford as well in the Championship. Joe Rodon is at Rennes but we covered him playing for Swansea in the Championship, as we did Ben Davies. Is that right? He's at Spurs. The wing-backs, Nako Williams, we covered on the channel at Fulham. On loan, we covered plenty of Connor Roberts playing for Steve Cooper's Swansea, didn't we? In the centre of midfield, Ethan Ampadu, who is at Spezia. I think he's still on the books at Chelsea, isn't he? And then a couple of players who are really legacy players now for Wales. You know the two, don't you? Aaron Ramsey, who's had an incredible career. He is at Nice in France. Up the top on the right-hand side, another Fulham player. Plenty of them playing today. In fact, there's another one on the left because Dan James is on loan at Fulham, isn't he? Or did he sign permanently? Someone will correct me in the chat. So, Harry Wilson and Dan James are the inside forwards. We assume they're going to line up like this, like FootMob are telling us. They've been pretty on it, FootMob, haven't they? And the great Gareth Bale, one of probably, I think, about 6 or 7 players in this World Cup when you factor in Modric, Benzema, Lewandowski, possibly Messi and Ronaldo. Some great players may be maybe their last opportunity on the biggest stage to go out and show the world how great a player they've been. And Gareth Bale has certainly been one of them over the fullness of his career. Let's have a quick look at the benches. Can I get this all in one screen? I probably can. No. Too much. Okay, we'll do the USA first. Let me just plus that back. Roldan, Rayner, Wright, Ferreira, Morris, Aronson, Acosta, De La Torre, Long, Carter, Vickers, Yedlin, Scally, Moore, Horvath, and Johnson. Some more familiar names there. Johnson, Moore, Harris, Colwill, Thomas, Levitt, Allen, Morel, Williams, Smith, Cabango, Gunter, Lockyer, Davies, and Danny Ward. On the bench, plenty of EFL fans will be looking at this particular game. We've got League One, League Two, Championship players. Tremendous stuff. Right. Well, I can, and the mouse isn't being an irritant. Can you see me all right, by the way? It's like if I sit there, I'm right in the light. And if I sit there, the shadow, which side is that? It's that one. The shadow is real. Let's look at some comments real quick. What are we going to say? I think it's going to be fairly close. 2-1 USA. Milan on loan from Barcelona. How about that? Yeah, very much so. Great to be catching live. Still hanging from the England game, to be honest. Happy days. England winning 6-2. Come on, the Wales, says Callum. Look out for Dan James, very much so. He is lightning fast. Gareth Bale doing well with LA. Evening Nat. Desert Toon, let's go. Team USA. Hennessy was Wolves goalie. Yes, he was back in the day. God, was that long ago? A decade ago. USA currently covering Roberts when he gets on the pitch. Yeah. It's still a fast at Wes, but well, I'm unhappy for Wes Burns. There's an American fan dressed as Wonder Woman. Lovely stuff. James is on loan. Yeah, thank you, guys. Phil, USA is closer to win today. Proven wrong in most of my predictions. That's not the point of predictions, though. It's the fun of making them, not the binary of with that extra information after the fact, as I try and tell people many times. Vindaloo, Wales, just for me. Bale turns up. Yeah, big game, Gareth, big style for the big occasions and their team spirit. Suspect Wales will be pleased Aronson isn't starting. We'll see him, surely, Whale Shark, tonight, won't we? Peck and Poet, come on, the Dragons. Let's have it. And I think they're about to have it, the Welsh. A nation of great singers are about to sing the national anthem. And Aaron Ramsey has gone full blonde with the locks again, although it looks like it's faded a little bit. Coffee down the hatch. There we go. Trying to figure out these World Cup days, guys, honestly. With Enid's bedtime at 7 p.m. and 4 p.m. and a 7 p.m. kickoff. We will figure that out. Do, if you can, guys, get your predictions in right now. You've still got 2 or 3 minutes before kickoff. So get your pre-game predictions in either the winner or a draw. You can get me full scores if you like. The Welsh really kicking out that national anthem. You love to see the passion, don't you? Lots of proud Welsh singing going on. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. The Italians are normally the kings of that, but we don't have them in the tournament this time around, do we? Please also do hit that like button. Hit like, help us out on the channel. If you hit like, YouTube sends our stream out to more people, etc., etc. What have we got in the chat here? 21 USA says, Ian, shout out the local pub. Very nice too. Whereabouts is that then, Jay? Sounds good. Angel, Portugal, favourite in the tournament. Do I agree? I think I had Argentina, so I don't agree, but it's a good shout. I like it. Wales 2-1 says Ewan, supporting the American boys. Yeah, we've got plenty of our Leeds friends in. Supporting Tyler Adams. No Brendan Aronson for the Leeds fans starting, but we will surely see him. Wales' first game in the World Cup since 1958. Woof, Welsh national anthem. Gave me chills. Gareth, not seen you at Portman Road. Do you know, it is so ridiculously long since I've been to Portman Road. I was all set up to come to the Derby game, Gareth, and then it didn't happen. Child issues and whatnot. And then I had about 20 texts saying, where the hell are you? Why aren't you here? And they went on the one game. I will get down there, though, I promise. No Sarge, evening, fella. I wish I was Welsh. Well, there you go. USA 2-0 says Gareth. Birmingham, New Oscott, if you know it. I do not know it, but I'm sure it was lovely. Let's bang through these teams one more time. In goal for the USA, Turner. Fullbacks, Robinson and Dest. Ream and Zimmerman, centre backs. McKennie, Adams, Musa. No Aronson for the Leeds fans. Ware, Sargent and Pulisic up top. For the Welsh, Hennessy, Mepham, Roden, Davies, Williams and Roberts wide, Ampadu and Ramsey central, Wilson and James wide up top, with the great Gareth Bale down the middle. Right, last comments, and then I'm going to stick the mouse on charge, which is ludicrous, isn't it? 2-1 Wales, says Nat. Let's get ready for this. We are watching, I am on ITV1 on a dish. If you are out of sync with me, it might be if you're watching on Wi-Fi, if you're watching on ITV Hub or on your smart TV. I might have to let the comments stock up a little bit tonight with the mouse. I'm about to plug it in to where the keyboard goes. And it looks like an absolutely brilliant Welsh, all in red Wales shirts. A brilliant Welsh end there. Hopefully they're making plenty of noise, as you'll understand. I can't have the sound on when I'm doing this. It'll feed back through the mic and then I'll get done for copyright and all of that good stuff. The USA, I'm not sure whether they'll have quite the fervent amount of support there, but I think, oh, yes, they do actually. Know plenty of United States fans there making the trek over from the States. It is USA v Wales. It is our third watch along of the World Cup. We have already witnessed Ecuador 2, Qatar 0, and England 6, Iran 2. Let's do this now. It is USA versus Wales. Here we go in Group B, where England obviously are on 3 points with a big +4 goal difference as well, and Iran on 0. This could be the game that decides second place. If England are going to be dominant and Iran are going to be whipping boys, which is a possibility, this game could decide, and the scheduling is a big deal in this group, isn't it? Especially with the Welsh having to play the English last. You wonder whether there's a situation where England might have possibly 6 points, 4 points by that last game, particularly 6 points, and perhaps could be a bit more relaxed than otherwise against the Welsh, whether that's not going to be the case against the United States in game 2. Got to start off with a win, both of these sides here. And here we go. I'll give you a timestamp. By the way, sorry, we're 40 seconds in. I've just unplugged my mouse and we'll get you a proper timestamp. More predictions in. Joe, 1-0 US. Vindaloo, 2-1 Wales. Up the USA. I think I saw one American amongst all that red. Keep quiet, yeah. Let's go. Daniel James, goal and assist. After consideration, up the draw. There we go. We won a 6-6 against Wales. You love to see it. Here come the States. Big tackle there on Dest from Ampadu. Perfectly fair, but I think the terminology there is he left one on him. There is Greg Berhalter, the United States coach. We try and get a timestamp on for you ASAP. Remember, hit that like button if you have not already. Try and get these streams really moving through the World Cup. Appreciate all your support. I know we've had a break from going live, and it's great to see plenty of the old faces still in here whilst we've been in the main on the channel doing pre-recorded stuff. Right. I'm going to give you a timestamp, guys, if you want to get synced up. I'm going to be at 2 minutes very imminently. I'm going to count you down 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, sync. So we are at 2 minutes there. And it's a free kick to the United States, which Christian Pulisic is going to whip in from the right-hand side. It's going into the box. Wales trying to just hold the line, in the words of Toto, on the edge of the area, leaving that gap behind. They're all man for man there. In comes the set play from Pulisic. A bit of a wafty foot left at it from Nico Williams, but it did the job, and they get it clear. Michael, come on the USA. Nice and mixed in the chat on this one tonight. Plenty of people backing either side here. Winner of this game will qualify along with England. That is the theory, Ewan. If the England and Iran games go to form. Yesterday, Qatar opening up. You have a delay on my TV. Now it looks pretty much the same. All good. Get yourself synced up. I'm at 3 minutes and 11 seconds. America having more of the ball in the early game. Pulisic knocks that one out to Robinson. Little dink down the line by Robinson. Back to Pulisic. Roberts in with the tackle, and this good United States start continues. Their second attacking set play already, and pretty much most of the game has been in that Wales final third thus far. Referee is just having a word with Nico Williams. I'm not entirely sure why. And this corner is going to come in from the left-hand side from Pulisic with his right foot. Ream and Zimmerman both in there. Of course, Sargent of Norwich, decent physical presence as well. Corner just dropped into that near post area, headed away by Chris Mepham. It's cleared up to halfway, and the US are going to now come back at the Welsh. Step over from Robinson, sticks it in the box and headed away. Ream. Little one inside to Zimmerman. Dest. Where? And it goes back into the centre half and Zimmerman. Right, let's try and take up the USA Whites. Plenty of leads in the chat. We'd love to see it. Who would be happy if this ended draw? I mean, yeah, you say tricky question, Wolves F5. From an England point of view, you would hope the result of this game wouldn't necessarily matter too much. But from an England point of view, if this is a draw, that does make life very nice. A 2-point lead over both of the key runners and riders. And what that does mean, from a USA point of view, if USA were to draw this game and then obviously you go play against England next and England beat them, you have a situation where England are already out of sight for the USA and then it's just the Welsh, and the Welsh would obviously be playing the Iranians next. So it's one of those where the scheduling is hard for the USA if they don't win this game. Look, I know it's 3 games, and you just got to stick the points on the board, but scheduling is a thing in these group stages of these World Cup tournaments. Here is Zimmerman, McKennie, Zimmerman. Wales haven't really gotten the ball thus far, have they? What do my stats say? 11 accurate passes only for the Welsh thus far. Been defending in the main. And they are again here. Although Williams has drawn a foul there off McKennie. And the Welsh will presumably try and push up the pitch now and get some distance between themselves and the goal. And hopefully, for their sake, get some possession. Although Ben Davies has just absolutely spunked that one across the pitch. They have won the header. And they just probably want to circulate the ball around the back. Let's say some hello. Sorry if I'm slow on the draw. I'm trying to charge my bloody mouse up at the moment. Lewis, very well, my friend. Another man I was ashamed not to see when I didn't get down to Ipswich v Derby. Hello, Ben. Welcome. Can we play this? If you want the CV game, we can play the CV game at half time. Sounds good to me. Meant to say it could be fixed, draw last group. Well, yeah, allegedly. But yes, it could be a situation, very much so. You're totally right. Could be a situation where a draw suits both teams in the last game, doesn't it? That could be the case if Wales win today, for sure. Champions League superstars mixing out with Championship stalwarts. Got to love it, yeah. Absolutely. Got distracted as the game goes. Look at Ben being as beautiful as well. What can I say? Not very well lit up today. If I'm there, it's great. I think I just need to get it a bit further back. The problem is the wall is literally there. So a little bit of a struggle. What are you going to do? Let me take that off the screen in case people think I have a giant ego for compliments, which we all do really, don't we? Robinson slides that one through to Adams of Leeds. Robinson of Fulham to Pulisic of Chelsea. Big tackle by Chris Metham. Gets out there, slides in and sticks that one into touch. Clears a whistle. Pulisic just leaps over that one. Here is Zimmerman. Dest. Where? Dest again. It's the channel. It's a good ball, actually. Weird. Brilliant first touch and cross. Oh, goodness me. Headed back towards his own goal there by Joe Rodon. Hennessy was alert. It was a great bit of play by Weir down the left. This attack still live and Sargent. Oh, goodness me. Oh, the US could really be in front inside 10 minutes here. 2 chances there. I was just about to say it was a brilliant bit of sort of inside wing play. Look at that. Touch, knee, volley, cross. How good is that from Weir? Rodon gets something on it. He heads it straight towards his own goal. Hennessy stands up well. How big was the chance? Oh, Sargent's got to score that, hasn't he? Sargent is about 4 yards out. I know he would have had to done Hennessy on the near post, but he's so close in that it's a difficult one to save. Even if it comes straight at him, they often get palmed into the side netting. So the USA definitely on top in this one thus far. They could well have the lead here. Nearly an own goal from Rodon, and Sargent really probably should have certainly worked the keeper. And I think with that power from that angle, if he does work the keeper, he probably scores. Went to Pompey on Friday. Oh, you don't want to go to Pompey on a Friday in the winter, Lewis. Windy down there. Always like to compliment the host. Come on, Sarge. My dog jumped in the air when you called the Sargent miss. There you go. Looks like it's going to be a good game. It's been a good start. USA on top. Pretty big chance for Norwich's Josh Sargent there. Foul and yellow card. I was going to say Wales have not been much in the USA's half, but the yellow card has come out for Serginho Dest. Yeah, it's a bit of an agricultural one on Nako Williams, isn't it? And Dest gets a yellow card, the right back, which is good news. I'd go and stick Dan James on him right now, I think. Actually, looks like James might be playing down the middle. I'll wait for the GPS data to properly come through, but Bale seems to have pulled off to the right-hand side. Love to see him playing through the middle. I assume that's Sargent. If Dest didn't go to Barca, they'd have signed Aaron's. Well, interesting. Ben, I don't see a beer or wine. I'll super chat for a fire if you get a glass for the second half. We've got none left, honestly. I did have a glass of white wine last night, the last bit, and then the bottle was then, it'd been open since Friday, so I can't have a 3-day-old bottle. You haven't mentioned Bale so far yet, which is it's interesting that we haven't mentioned Bale. And another yellow card. It's Williams again, who's in the wars, bless him, the Forest left back. He's just been taken out. Oh, ouch. A couple of yellow cards now for the US. So McKennie, central midfield, and they could be architects of their own downfall here, the States. I mean, playing really well. They're on top in the game, but they need to keep their heads. 10 against 11, it immediately swings, obviously, straight in the Welsh favour if they can't keep 11 on the pitch. McKennie's arguing that one, but I think it was a yellow card, wasn't it? Refs have been decent so far. Still a bit dubious about that first VAR call in the Ecuador-Qatar game, but let's move on. Free kick to the Welsh. Harry Wilson's got brilliant free kick delivery, hasn't he? Bale is up there. The centre-backs are up as well, Davis and Rodden. I think they've all gone, actually. I think Meffam's up there as well. And Wilson is going to probably try and reach the box with this one. 13:32 on the clock. USA with the best chance of the game through Sargent. In goes the free kick to the back stick. They win the first contact, Wales. Headed away by Dest, who is now on a yellow card. Driven goalwards from outside the box. It was a really difficult shot for Ampadu to take on. He half volleys it over the crossbar. 0-0. Good game, this. Let me know what you think in the chat. We'll read them out as I try and get some charge into my Apple mouse with this ridiculous charging port underneath, hey? Goal kick to the USA, which Turner is going to hit along. Turner of the Jersey Express, Richmond Kickers, New England Revolution, and a lesser-known club now called Arsenal. Here is Ream. Zimmerman, Dest, Adams, nice from Ream into Sargent. Heavy touch by Sargent, just loses possession there, but US win it back. Dest comes marauding forward. Here's Ware, who had that brilliant sort of assist for the what would have been an own goal. I know you don't get an assist for an own goal, but you know my point. And the ball's all the way back with Tim Ream. Wolves, England doesn't want a runner-up when the path is Holland, Argentina. Oh, God, yeah. We've all done that adding up. Let's just enjoy the 6-2 win first before we figure out who England are losing to later on. Charlie says 1-1. Mark, hopefully the three Forest players don't pick up injuries. Well, Mark, Nako Williams has just taken 2 big hits off for those 2 yellow cards. So hopefully he is okay. Do I think Trusty should have been in the US squad? Jay, honestly, I don't have enough knowledge of the depth of the squad and all the other players to compare him. I know he's done well for Birmingham, but I don't want to take that position of only knowing that he's played well for Birmingham and not being able to accurately compare him to all the other players in the sort of centre-back roster there. Throw in to the Welsh, which Williams tosses in to Ramsey. Lovely switch of play there by Ramsey. Thighs it up. Bale's had a touch there. And it wasn't a great touch, actually. Tried the old Hollywood pass down the side, but we know what he's capable of, don't we? Here is Pulisic, though, coming over halfway. Big switch of play by Musa. And here's Dest. Where? Dest. The United States just keeping hold of the ball here. Going to rebuild. Wales back in shape. Musa over on the left. Pulisic. Tries to give and go with Robinson, but Connor Roberts is shadowing that nicely. You can see with how far the United States are getting forward that there is the opportunity. I can see why Rob Page has put Dan James through the middle. Because if those centre-backs are open and they do get the counter, and it's either a quick ball through or they do get a 3-on-3 or a 2-on-2 or anything, you'd think James would be the right guy, maybe with service from Bale, to just get through what's quite a high defence. All of that's irrelevant, though, if the US keep hold of the ball, which they've had for the vast majority of this game. McKennie tries to clip that one through. Oh, Ramsey, poor giveaway from him. Adams, Musa, Robinson, moving the ball nicely, the Americans. Pulisic down in the left wing position. Pulisic turns back inside. He wants a foul. He is not going to get one. When I say the vast majority of the game, the most recent possession stat I've got down there is 72% in favour, obviously, of the United States. So Wales not getting a lot of the ball. The one decent chance in this game was also created by the States. Sargent heading just wide. Good chance that. Wales have got it. Centre-back. Roden. Roden holds on to it. No, all the passing lanes closed, actually. It's good setup from the 3 US forwards there, where Sargent and Pulisic pulled nice and narrow and just stood off. And go figure, the States have won the ball back now. Dest. McKennie, the 2 yellow carded players combining. McKennie tries to scoot that one down the line for Ware. Wilson is back helping out, and he is able to play that back to Hennessy. Damis Deu says hello. Says hello to everybody. Hello to you, my friend. Looking forward to seeing Bielik for Poland tomorrow. Yeah, he has been. He's a great player, isn't he? Christian Bielik. Career really interrupted with 2 horrible injuries when he was at Derby. Well, Wales are having some possession, but it all seems to be in front of the USA. They seem a bit light with the 2-man midfield, Ampadu and Ramsey. They haven't got them on the ball at all, really. When the centre-backs had the ball there for Wales, it's sort of like, well, is there a pass through to Ramsey or Ampadu? And there wasn't, and they're ending up missing them out. So maybe one of those forwards or the forward line needs to just drop in and try and stop that happening and just squeeze back a bit and make some passing lanes particularly for their centre backs there. If Wales are set up to counter attack, then so be it. But it could be a long night with the pressure building up. Pulisic v Bale, who'll score first? Well, on the balance of the game, Pulisic, I say. And here come the US again. Robinson into the box. Good defending there. Hooked away by Ampadu. Sargent was lurking. And maybe that illustrates my point slightly. That's probably why Ampadu's in the team, not to grab the ball and circulate it and make the play. He's more there as a sort of holding midfielder, isn't he? Not that he can't utilise the ball and circulate the ball, but that's not happening in that central midfield area for the Welsh at the moment. It's pretty non-existent, isn't it? And the USA are just bumping up their possession numbers here. It's gone diagonal looking for Robinson, the left back, who's pretty much able, the way this game's going, and Dest on the other side, to really, really get forward ahead of his own central midfielders. And it's just hemming the Welsh back, isn't it? Wales partly lucky they aren't behind yet. Perhaps with the one off Joe Roden. They really need to get into the game. That's better. Wilson just tucking in and coming to help out. And see, look, when Ramsey does get on the ball, he's got the quality, but he's not finding. Well, it's not fair to say he's not finding the space. The Welsh aren't finding him. And they tried to there, just overcooked. Big press forward by Ben Davies. They don't want to get caught with him down the pitch here. Good strong play by Nako Williams. Quickly takes the throw in. Can Wales build on a sort of good 90 seconds there and build it into a good 3 to 5 minutes? They're back on the ball here. Tyler Adams just left one on Aaron Ramsey. I don't think it's a yellow card. Christian Pulisic, interestingly, is telling the ref to calm down. It's normally the ref telling the players to calm down rather than the other way around. I didn't think that was a yellow. Let me know if you did in the chat. As I said, other than that, I must admit I didn't watch Senegal and Netherlands earlier, but other than that weird VAR call at the start of the Ecuador game, refereeing's all been pretty fine so far, hasn't it? We don't want to be talking about that. Knocked into James. Couldn't quite trap that and get a good pass off. Now, here's Pulisic. Moving by Sargent ahead of him, but he's gone out wide to Robinson. Clipped in by Robinson, looking for Weir. Headed away by Davies. Nice little dink by him. Out to Wilson, who didn't really much want that there. Dest is going to take the throw in for the USA. Alex, long time no see. Welcome, my friend. Hope you and the family are well. We are all lovely this end, and we're all renovated in here. Alex, I'm nowhere near a sleeping baby who I'm going to wake up. I'm in the garage, and we're all good. Which World Cup England never lost a game? That would be 1982, would it? Too many draws, unfortunately. Clipped into the channel looking for Bale. He sticks the thumb up for the idea, but he knows it was not a very good pass. Sargent comes short into his own half to try and receive. It's going to be a throw-in, which McKennie hurls into Ream at centre-back. And you would imagine now Wales will fall back into their shape. Robinson down the line. Pulisic. Adams, heavy touch by him, given away. Ampadu. Chance of a Wales counter here. Nice touch this time by Dan James. Wilson. Floaty ball from Wilson out to Ramsey. It's the wrong pass, wasn't it? That needed to be decisive. And he did have, I think, Nako Williams was coming up on the attack. Given how little possession Wales are getting and the positions they're getting, what limited possession they are actually having in, you've got to do better than that on the ball when it does come. Leon, personally, I don't see how Dan James or Harry Wilson starts ahead of Brennan Johnson. Well, Dan James, pace, Harry Wilson, set plays, isn't it? Probably the reasons. Maybe in a few years it will be Brennan. Cleared away by Wilson. Through into, oh yes, the great Paul Mariner, sadly no longer with us. Wales defence marshalling well. They're okay, Russ, on the crosses and the direct stuff in. They'll head it, kick it all day. You do worry the lads, Weir and Pulisic, if they get a little bit narrower and that ball's worked in, whether they'll be able to cope with that particular challenge. Here comes Dest. Dest drills the shot, sees his name in lights, and he smashes the ball into the stand. Terrible shot by Dest. 28 gone. 0-0. Good game. Very high tempo to it. That has come from the United States, you have to say, with their sort of press and their intensity. We've seen this movie before, haven't we? Wales just trying to sort of sit in and control it. They know they've got Bale. They know they've got Ramsey. They know they've got Wilson set plays, and they know they've got the speed of James. So they're just banking on the fact that when the chance comes, it's one of those guys who is dealing with it. They tried to play out from the back there, though, and given it away. Roden sticks it in the stand. Or into touch, rather. And Zimmerman has it back. A lovely touch around the corner from McKennie. Here comes Dest. Dest drives forward. Well played Wilson, who tracks back and wins the tackle. Williams powering away there. Bulldozes his way out, and the ball is given away, and it's back with Turner in goal. And this game is not standing still. Out it goes to Dest again, who must have had more touches than anybody else on the pitch. Must need a right back. And he's on the ball again. Little toe end down the line. Lovely give and go with him and Adams. Inside, Sargent receives. Nice layoff. McKennie out to Musa. Edge of the box. Robinson, this is good stuff from the States. Cross doesn't get past. Who was charging him down there? Was it Connor Roberts? But the ball nicely worked by the United States. They're not all just frenetic pressing and physicality. They can play by the look of it. Do you think through gritted teeth, Welsh fans were cheering England on to score more? Possibly, possibly. But their fate is in their hands, isn't it, the Welsh? They need to get something out of this game. Preferably need to win this game, else they're almost hoping for a favour from the English in the last game, and maybe by way of a weakened team, like we say. Can they keep up this pressure, though? That is a good question, isn't it? Is this intensity going to last? Remember, in the days of 5 subs, you can change half your team in the second half, so perhaps. Don't like it behind them, but never met a defender that likes defending on spin. No, absolutely not. Well, apart from maybe Virgil van Dijk or someone, Sol Campbell. Freaks of nature who are massive but can also run like a gazelle. Look how high and conversely how high the US are and how deep the Welsh are. It's all squeezed sort of 15 metres back to front. Tim Ream must be thinking he's playing for Fulham in the Championship here. He's so high up. Maybe not that high, but you take my point, don't you? Adams, Ream. Ream steps back inside. Zimmerman, Dest. Ware. Out on the right wing. Dest. Ream. Robinson. Wells looking fairly steady. That's a really silly foul, that. Really silly. Chris Mepham. And the referee's totally right. He's nodding. Mepham's nodding along, but Pulisic is waved away trying to get involved. He just leaves one on Robinson there that he doesn't need to. Sorry, on Pulisic, excuse me. It's so unnecessary, isn't it? And this free kick can go in the box now, although they take it short and win a corner. 2 positive for Wales. Defence looks relatively solid. Yeah, I do agree in terms of defending crosses, but you do wonder whether they'll start to creak. And the 2 yellow cards, that especially McKennie in that central midfield and the way they press. He's not going to get through the game without sticking another tackle in. And you're only ever a mistimed tackle when you're on a yellow card away from an early bath. In goes a nice flat corner. Cleared. Here's Robinson with his lesser used right foot. Plays it back out to Pulisic. Comes inside. Pulisic whips it in. Cleared out by Roberts. Robinson heads down. Pulisic tries to get the cross in. Last 10 minutes, Roberts has dealt a bit better with Pulisic, hasn't he? He's cut it off at source there. He does still look a danger, though, doesn't he, the Chelsea winger? England won't play a weakened team against Wales after that Euros video. 7 p.m. Friday game that England has never beat the US in 92 years. I'm not having it. Come on, England. That should have been a yellow. Yeah, I wouldn't have argued if that was a yellow. I have to agree. We don't have Rob Green in goal. He's saying, right, there you go. Wales seem to be really negative. How hasn't James been given free rein to run at Dest? Looks like a red card waiting to happen. I think he's playing down the middle, isn't he? James, have I got a heat map? I'll go on SofaScore. Seems to be down the middle. Here comes Pulisic now. Speaking of going down the middle, slit through. Where is it? And he scores! And the United States lead. It was a brilliantly sharp attack. Pulisic slides it through. Off the right-hand side comes Ware, and he gives the States the lead. 1-0. Nico Williams has got his head in his hands. Maybe it was his man to track across from the right there. Let's have a look at this. We mentioned, I said a minute ago that Roberts was dealing with Pulisic better. Sargent holds it up well, and Pulisic has come inside. And yeah, I can see why Nico Williams is disappointed. It's good movement from Ware, nice and sharp. Good, lovely finish actually, the outside of the foot. And yeah, someone says here, clinical. And it was, wasn't it, from both Pulisic and Ware. And the United States lead the Welsh 1-0. And all of a sudden, right now, this group looks very hard for Wales. They lose today. They have to beat Iran and possibly then get something off England. So they really, really need to get back into this game. Your thoughts in via the comments on the goal, which went in. What was the timing of it? Oh, we've got Williams away on the left-hand side here now for the Welsh. Cuts in. Williams crosses deep to the back post, looking for Bale. Too much on it. I think we might be able to get a ticker of sorts up. Let's see if we can do this. Stick Ware's name on it. Sorry, the internet was down pre-game. Pulisic, have I spelled that right? There we go. We'll go to your comments in just a second, after I just quickly do my homework. It is USA 1, Wales 0. Stick these yellow cards on there as well. Who got booked? It was McKennie and Dest, wasn't it? I think Dest got booked first. Let's put him down first. There we go. Wales are going to have to maybe step out a little bit now. They've been fairly pragmatic thus far. There you go. Right, must go to comments. Let's have a look. There we go. Get in. Offside. He's well onside. Wasn't he? Clinical, yes, indeed. Nice outside of the foot finish. Wales have been shocking so far. Come on, Seattle. Fight and win. Is that George Weir's son? Is it actually? I saw the name and didn't want to put 2 and 2 together. As never watcher of Lille, I'm proud to see Tim scoring. I think Gareth Bale is about to be booked for the Welsh. He's not too happy with that. It's a bit of a harsh one, isn't it? Probably not a yellow card, that one, on Bale. I think the ref got a bit blindsided there by that one. Bale gives it the puppy dog eyes. I think I probably agree that he's a bit hard done to get booked for that one, Bale. But 'tis what it is. On we go, 39 gone, with the States leading this one. Crossed in there, Hennessy gathers. I can't spell Bale, which is... Actually, let me rephrase that. I can spell Bale. I just can't type it. There you go. Woof. Right, comments. I think we are all caught up. Bale is finished. If Bale is finished, he can come to Borough. No worries. He can come to Ipswich as well if he wants. Remember, don't make it all about the most famous player. Easy trap to fall into, you lot. It's never that simple, as much as we'd like it to be. Here's Roden. Clips that out to the wing to Williams, who heads on. Easy clearance for Zimmerman. Dest wins that one. McKennie's got to be careful. I think McKennie's had 2 fouls since he's been booked. And even if they're not bad fouls, you get done in the end on the tighten up persistent fouling, don't you? And out you go. I wonder whether he'll get subbed before the hour mark. McKennie, number 8 for the USA. Speaking of McKennie, plays that one round the corner. One back by the Welsh. We're still playing at breakneck speed here, thanks to the sort of energy of the States. Here is Musa. Nice back heel there. McKennie, Adams to Ware, the goal scorer. Dest. Zimmerman. And Ream just slowing it down. Wales not prepared to press him. Slides it down the line. And it's going to be a throw in to the United States. 42-17 on the clock. Musa. Oh, what a terrible pass. Snaffled up by Ampadu. What options has he got, though? He's got a diagonal out to James, who we've barely mentioned, have we? Williams. James. Tracked by the goal scorer, Ware. And Right. Are we back? uh, the- right. Are we back? I think. Are we finally back? I won't count my chickens. I've been inside. I've reset the Wi-Fi. If you guys have stayed here, I thank you profusely. My absolute sincerest apologies. It's storming and rainy here. We haven't had any other problems with the internet. It looks like it's working, possibly. Although it looks like I've only got one bar. So we'll try and stick with the stream. Again, my sincerest apologies. We have Ethernet set up. We paid for the fast connection and all of that good stuff. So hopefully we are okay. Again, massive thank you. I can see you've been playing CV game. Perfect. Perfect accoutrement to the second half, or to half time, excuse me. We are going to need to reload all of my internet pages as well. We are just indeed kicking off the second half. So hopefully all is well and we can power on through to the end of the game. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Food time for me. Should be good. All good. Thank you so much. Ben is back in the building. James off for more. There we go. Right. Thank you. We fixed it, Shaylee. I think we are good. You are permitting you get to the hen house and get counting. Fingers crossed. Yeah, no chickens being counted, but really do appreciate you guys hanging about. I believe the only thing we missed was Chris Mepham being yellow carded while we were down. That did obviously take in the entirety of half time as well. But I think we are good. You guys are telling me about a substitution as well. Kiefer Moore in for the Welsh up top, which seems to make some sense. Dan James wasn't really in the game. And obviously, big Kiefer, he's about 6'5", isn't he? So he will offer a different option for the Welsh. You really need to get into this game, don't they? Let's try and see if we can get FootMob up on the other screen. I will try and maintain some veneer of professionalism. It's not a word, is it? And try and continue as if nothing's gone wrong, despite the fact everything has gone wrong. Here comes Big Kiefer, actually, running the channel. That's the option he'll give them. Coming down the right-hand side, holds it up well, being chased by Zimmerman. Back it goes to Ampadu. Good feet by Ampadu, trying to get between Robinson and Sargent there. And he doesn't manage to do so. Throw in to the Welsh. Right, teams real quickly. Turner in goal for the USA. Dest, Zimmerman, Ream, Robinson. Musa, Adams, McKennie. You can see there Dest and McKennie on yellow cards. We're the goal scorer in the first half, Sargent and Pulisic. For the Welsh, Hennessy in goal. Mepham, Rodden, Davies. The wing-backs are Williams and Roberts. Ramsey and Ampadu, central midfield. Wilson and Bale. It says James on there. He is no longer on. He's been replaced by Kiefer Moore. Let's go to your comments. Thank you guys for hanging around. Couldn't be asked for half time. I wish, I tell you. The Fulham defence definitely won the battle against the Fulham attack. They very much did, didn't they? Right. Fingers crossed this internet is going to stay. We will get this looked at. Don't you worry. It's a good thing there's not another 60 games in the next 3 weeks and this internet needs to be stable for it. But what are you going to do, hey? Pulisic tries to play that one through. What you're going to do if you're the Welsh, because you need a goal, really, and we've spoken about the scheduling of this group over and again, haven't we? If Wales lose this, they do play Iran next, but they will be up against it, won't they? The USA will think if they can win this game and beat Iran on the last day, that they'll be able to qualify with 6 points. The Welsh almost need to, if that's the case, then they need to beat the English. No comment. Here is Moore. The best thing the Welsh could do is get an equaliser right now, isn't it? Ramsey does well, wins a corner there in front of that heavily stacked Welsh end there. Methven was booked in the first half. Yes, we were down and struggling. We will get that up on the ticker after this corner, Ian. Just have our fingers crossed. Gareth Bale's trying to hide from a set play. In it goes. Oh, spillage from Turner in goal. And the referee has given a foul against the keeper. He did get fouled in the end, but he was very flappy from the initial delivery coming in. Yeah, nothing wrong with anything. Yeah, maybe just the clash at the end there. I don't think Bale or Moore foul Turner do that. I think it's this second one here where Methven, Turner gets the punch and Methven's just a little bit late on him. Now, here come the States. Musa down the left-hand side into the box. Works Roberts. Musa, crosses in low. There were three in the box there. Pulisic scoops it up. Edge of the box. Pulisic works his way in, but well defended. And Ramsey, lovely feet by Ramsey. Gets that clear. Nice turn as well. That is a yellow card, surely, for Tim Ream. Clear pull back. Referee has got that one correct. Right, let's update our yellow cards. We can now stick Ream on the list in terms of the United States. We must put Chris Mepham on. In our downtime, where the stream disappeared, sadly, unfortunately, for about 20 minutes, I think, wasn't it? My apologies to you lot. Wales need a goal. 50 gone. They've still got 40 minutes. They don't want to panic yet, but they certainly need to start building some rhythm and building some pressure for sure. Throw in to the Welsh. Connor Roberts on the right-hand side is going to take it. Roberts again. Hits that one long. That's the out ball now for Kiefer Moore. Ream being chased down by Ramsey. Manages to get it home in the end, though. And now here comes Robinson for the States. Why is he wearing number 5 when he plays left back? Not having it. Not having it. Like Spike, 55. We're doing okay. Unfortunately, we lost some of our audience in the lull when the stream went down, but we do appreciate all of you hanging around and chatting amongst yourselves in the meantime. Great stuff. .52 on the clock. Dest, the right back, has it. Tries to slip it into McKennie. Given away. Throw in to Wales, who look a bit more competitive in the second half. They weren't really in the game, were they, in the first half? Roberts. Inside it goes. Mepham. Rodden. Slips it into Wilson. Gives it him back. They do... The way the US set up when they don't have the ball really does invite it to go down the sides, doesn't it? They get 3 and 3 narrow and say, well, go on then. Pass through the middle of us. Bet you can't. But you can go from one side to the other all you like. Roberts. Now, this is where the Welsh need to move it quickly and get it out to the left-hand side. And they've done well there. Wilson, on it goes. Williams versus Dest. On a yellow card, remember, Dest. Williams, just had a heavy touch there. He tried a sort of double step over. Just lost control of it, didn't he? Does look like there's something here if the Welsh can A, keep this up, and B, up their game a little bit. It's still USA 1, Wales 0. Timothy Ware with the goal in the 36th minute. Wilson. Of course, it goes to Roden. Out to Roberts. And all the way home to Hennessy. Roberts again on the ball. Pings that one round the corner. The US, I would say, of all the games I've seen so far, have not worried about the heat. They've pressed more than any other side thus far. Here comes Williams, though. Williams against Dest. Williams into the box. Cross-deflected. Ream is going to be able to get that clear. Not very well, though, as far as Roberts. Give and go. Adams just pokes his foot in there and gets rid. And here comes Pulisic. Pulisic drifts inside. And it's on to Musa. Just look tired for the first time there, the States. And the ball is back with Turner in goal. Wales really, really want to make themselves a big chance in this spell. They haven't managed to do that despite the eye test and probably the numbers, if I look them up, telling me that they are more competitive in this second half. Don't think they've had a shot on target, have they, the Welsh, thus far? Although there is Wilson chasing into the box. Zimmerman deals with it. And it's going to throw in to the Welsh. What have we got in here? Cardiff and Swansea fans for Wales to win. You would hope so. Robinson, the US version of Walker. High praise indeed. I think I'm off sync. Oh, God. We'll try and give you time. So all crossed into the middle, looking for Bale, headed away. Ramsey nods it back in. Big header out by Ream. Good defending. And the ball's bouncing about. Some proper League Two stuff there. No offence. Right, we will give you a timestamp if you're struggling. I'm going to be at 57 minutes in. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1, sync. Apologies, we've had all kinds of technical difficulties. We lost the stream right the way through halftime, but we are still going. If we get to the end of this, it will be a miracle of modern science and technology. As Kiefer Moore wins a throw-in for the Welsh down the right-hand side. And Connor Roberts, as we saw for Steve Cooper's Swansea, is very capable of hurling these all the way to Victory Town into the box. How far can he get it? And it goes headed clear. Pulisic helps it on, and Ware is there. Like a referee, what's he given? He's given something to the States on the edge of the box. Right, more comments. 3 in the USA midfield done a good job. I like they look fairly well drilled, don't they? And the way they work with the 3 and then the 3 with the strikers as well, impressive. Realistically, is the winner of this going to challenge England for top spot? Possibly, but and this is not me. I'm clearly an admitted out of the closet England fan, but no, I don't think realistically they are. Robertson playing very well for the USA. And Tim Ream from a Fulham fan. Wayne, welcome. Nice to see you. Are Wales losing this in midfield? Yeah, quite possibly. We mentioned that in the first half, the 2 against 3. I mean, it's unfair maybe to blame them. Wilson crosses in. Moore is there. He gets a little touch on it. Roberts now. Roberts right-hand side of the box. Roberts floaty cross. Moore was there. Williams, edge of the box. Williams. Sargent closes him down. Williams holds on to it. Can you get a cross in? The big Kiefer in there. No, you can do better than that. He's got it out to the right wing. Roberts in a much better crossing position. Horrible cross by Roberts. And Wales were really putting the pressure on then. Bit of a waste there for Connor Roberts, who, as I said, was in a better crossing position there. Stephen, never thought I'd say USA were dominant for the first one. Yeah, they were. They were good, weren't they? I think we can admit that one. Has the occasion got to Wales? Yeah, maybe. It does feel like the biggest game of the group, doesn't it? This one, if we think Iran might struggle and England might finish in the top spot. The big one. Paul, do we have anything to fear here? Famous last words. You know, both will raise that. Yeah, I think you've answered your own question there. I like the look of the States, actually. Look well organised, press well, nice shape. Even you get the wide angle from the hard camera here, and they look very well organised, don't they? Well, that's knocked through. Bale heads down. Moore into the box, drives the shot, blocked out by Ream. Back it goes to Chris Meffam. Roden. Should have started with Moore. Was the in-form striker. Oh, don't talk to me about players in form. Gareth Southgate used that word about 6 years ago, and people have been misquoting him on it ever since. Can USA and Canada be horses who's running deep? Be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe US more than Canada. Although there are some decent players playing for Canada. I put Alphonso Davies in my team of the tournament, pre-tournament. This game could well end 1-1. Do we want to draw tactically? Well, I mean, from an England point of view, the best result possible is a draw, isn't it? And then you can go into the next game against the USA, and you know then if you beat them, they can't catch you. And things look lovely then, don't they? Destiny really in your own hands then. Musa tries to slip that all the way around the back. Oh, is that going to be a penalty? No. Goal kick. Pulisic went in behind. He hit the deck. Let's have a look. Right, this will be a good angle. Well, Connor Roberts gets to the ball first, so Pulisic is never in control of it. And then I guess coming together, so no penalty for me there. And I think the VAR and the referees agree. Oh, here's Ramsey, edge of the box. Ramsey, Moore's run off him. Moore puts a nice cross in there, actually. The sort of cross he would have liked to have been on the end of. No one arriving there. Looks slightly accusingly at Gareth Bale. That's not very fair on Turner. They've just shown a hyper slow motion of him falling over as he took a goal kick. Oh, look at that little Welsh fan in there. Brilliant. He knows his football, doesn't he? He knows that ball was clipped in to the back post and there was nobody there. Brilliant. Junior Hoylett, Jonathan David, some decent caliber. Yep, agreed. Yeah, agreed. Fair enough. Some touch in the angle, but it would have been, wouldn't it? You guys in the chat have educated me to the Formula One term, a racing incident, i.e. the idea that two professional athletes at peak fitness, both running in the same direction, might touch each other. And that's not always a foul, is it? And if they're both sliding in and challenging for the ball, and their feet might touch each other, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a foul. Cameraman doing the keeper dirty, very, very much so. Definitely don't seem to be breathing any fire. Not yet. No, they've been better in the second half, though. The Welsh, haven't they? Get super Tom Lockyer on. Sensible Steve Garrett. I used to play in a band with a Steve Barrett. Steve Garrett. Canada have an English, but who's the Canada manager then? Easy for me to say, Canada manager. Right, free kick to the Welsh. Can they get first contact on this one? Can they get a good delivery in from the right-hand side? Going to be an in-swinger from Harry Wilson, who normally does put good quality in. And that is a lovely cross. Good Header clear by Zimmerman. Oh, not dealt with by Adams. Oh, it goes loose, headed goalwards by Ben Davies. He was a really difficult one for him to get any power on. He does pretty much all he can with that, and it's tipped over the bar. Oof. Best chance of the game for the Welsh. Let's have a look at this. So up it goes. It's nodded down. Yeah, he can't do too much else with that. I suppose, could he find one of the corners if we'd been super harsh? But there's no power on the ball. He's sprinting in. He has to generate all the power himself. And it's a big ask. We normally do our Joe Jordan, Tim Cahill, Jurgen Klinsmann. Oh, another chance there. Corner goes in. Kiefer Moore, right at the peak of his jump, gets up there. He needs to just a little glance on that, and he gets plenty of power. Let's have another look at this. Oh, we've seen him score those before, haven't we? Oh, he should score, shouldn't he? Big chance for big Kiefer there. Yeah, I think Ben Davies will give definitely a pass for his chance, but can big Kiefer just glance that one into the far corner? I think, look at those Welsh fans behind the goal. Yeah, they had a better view than we did. Oof. Substitution, and the Leeds fans will be pleased because McKennie is out. He was on a yellow card from early in the game. And Brendan Aronson of Leeds United is in. Huge chance. Got to score that. Yes, I think so. John Herdman, a Geordie manager managing Canada. Geordie manager managing Canada. Here come the States, though. Pulisic driving forward in the 10. Sargent over on the left-hand side. Sargent touch inside to Robinson. Sargent gets himself in the box. Pulisic, the main man for the United States. Here's Dest. Dest to Aronson gets his first touch. Dest comes inside. That's weak from Dest. I think he was hoping for a foul, but he just lost control of where he was there. Nice work from Naco Williams. Here's Kiefer Moore. Can they get this out to the right-hand side? Bale steps inside. Just been off it a yard, hasn't he, tonight, Bale? I know he can pop up with a bit of magic, but in-game, not quite there, the Welsh legend. Paul, seen Canada play. Young, keen and pacey, naive, though perhaps the country doesn't seem switched on to the World Cup at all. Still Hockeyville, sadly. Nice. Brendan, from the Leeds fans, pleased to see him. Ben Davies, Spurs vibes, always poor in the first half, bouncing back in the second. The Welsh fans will hope so. But Timothy Weir down the right-hand side wins a corner. What I will say is this has been very entertaining and very, very high-paced, this game as well, hasn't it? Of the 3 games I've watched, obviously once Ecuador got 2 ahead against Qatar, that second half wasn't great, was it? And when England went 4-0, it got a bit loose and friendly like. This one, very much not. Louis, Serbia have some great attackers in Mitrov, Lajovic and Jovic. Can they get out of their group? Who are they in with? Who is Serbia in with Brazil? Is that right? I can't quite remember. There is Ben Davies. In fact, we've got a break. Let's try and answer that properly. Here's that chance for Kiefer Moore. Oh, he just gets too much on it, doesn't he? I know we say it a lot on the chain. Just literally needs that to hit him on the blooming head, doesn't he? Serbia are in the group, with Brazil, Cameroon, and Switzerland. All I'll say is Switzerland were good, weren't they, in the Euros? But Serbia are definitely going to have some striker power for sure. We will be back tomorrow, guys. I don't know exactly which games we'll be covering. I'll have to have a word with HQ first. We'll figure it out. We are about to, though, get a triple substitution here. from the USA. They've already brought Aronson on. In fact, we should probably stick that up here, shouldn't we? Let's do that now. Although, let's watch this corner first, which Christian Pulisic is going to swing out, sister, with his right foot. In it comes. Easy header away from Kiefer Moore. Pulisic again. Bale stands him up. Pulisic still gets the cross in, but on the left foot. Ooh. Ampadu. Oh, Bale's lost it there. Pulisic. Oh, it's going to go loose. Aronson swung into the box. Ramsey, cool and calm, chests it down. And it's all the way back with Dest. Pulisic is limping now, which is not good news for the USA. Here comes Musa. Ramsey wins it. Clever dummy there by Bale. And then he attempts a back heel and just nothing's coming off for Bale at the moment. And Musa has it for the USA. He back heels it out. Yeah, Pulisic. Pulisic is down and holding his ankle. Right, let's go to some comments. Right, let me scroll up. What do we got here? John, legend. Spain are my team to win it this year. Yeah, sorry, lots of people give me the answers to that question. Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon, and Brazil. Paul, thought the Netherlands were lucky. I didn't watch it, I have to say. I'll try and watch a 10-minute highlights package at some point between now and the 4 games that are happening tomorrow. Serbia have Savic and Milenkovic as well. Switzerland will try and bore everyone into surrender. Well, they beat the French, didn't they, Ian? Have a word with HQ. You know exactly what that means, Jay, don't you? Switzerland's manager in the Euros has since left them, so would they be as effective? Yeah, fair point. What else have we got? HQ, as Herring does. Does Pulisic have any end product? Well, Russell, he did set up the first goal, so I would suggest there is evidence of said end product within this game. But I know what you mean. Looks very, very pleasing on the eye, doesn't he? But you want those goals and assists and key passes and all of that good stuff, don't you? Right, we are go again. Neko Williams comes charging forward. Dest just gets there ahead of him. Here's Dest again. A nice feat by Aronson. Dest up the line, given away. When are we getting all these subs coming then? Hasn't happened yet. We're expecting, I guess they might be reviewing, just seeing how Pulisic is for the next minute or two. I guess they might just be waiting for that to play out. And although they're on the attack here with Musa, Pulisic looks fine here into the box. Crosses left-footed. Good cross, actually. Aronson didn't time his jump there and cannot get on the end of it. Wales go long up to Bale, who gets something on it but can't flick it on to big Kiefer Moore. Can we get a time check? Yeah, absolutely. In fact, let me do that now because we're going to be at 73 in 3, 2, 1. Sync there, 73. Musa is down for the US. Whoever said in the first half in the chat, are they going to be able to keep up this intensity? We're now seeing Pulisic, that there may be impact one, so I may be barking up the wrong tree. But Pulisic and Musa are both down. They might be stepping out. Someone who's definitely going to be stepping out looks like Josh Sargent. Also looks like Dest, who's on a yellow card. That's understandable. Yeah, Dest, Musa, and Sargent are going to be coming out. Who, pray tell, is going to be coming in? I think I saw Yedlin coming on. but it's going to be a triple sub for the USA. Who else is going to come on? Acosta and Wright as well. Let me just get them on the ticker there for you. So Yedlin, Acosta, and Wright all in. Have I done that right? I wonder whether Wales will respond. DeAndre Yedlin, familiar to us from Spurs, Sunderland, Newcastle, etc. Plenty of games with Inter Miami now. Haji Wright plays in Turkey. 24 years old, striker. Looks like he's played mainly in Germany, Turkey as well. Played plenty in Europe. Right. Kellen Acosta plays for LA. So he will indeed be a teammate of Gareth Bale. There we go. Thank you, Footmob, for your help. Here comes Harry Wilson down the left. He has not kept that in. Right, what else have we got here? USA do press well. Yep, best I've seen in the tournament pressing so well. Certainly the most aggressive. Sergeant off, boo. Well, he's done his running, and it almost seems like that number 9 position there for the States. You have to be in the middle of this box of 6 players all sort of in formation there. So certainly a bit of a workhorse job for Sargent. I suspect he'll start the next game as well. Here is Robinson. Robinson knocks that one back, looking for Pulisic. It's cleared out by Ampadu. Come on, give the ball back, you lot. Yeah, well done. Can we continue the game now? Jesus Christ. The Sarge is off. Time for the rookie. I'm surprised USA haven't brought Rayner on yet. Yeah, he's very highly rated, isn't he? One of the stadiums built this World Cup Stadium 974 from 974 shipping containers. Very nice too. Reminds me of my days, dark days. I used to work for a marine liability insurance firm and used to talk a lot about shipping containers. Here is Roden. Let me try and get all of your comments read in here. Wales would have been better off playing Jordan James. Good young Birmingham player. Here is Moore. Out it goes to Williams. Knocks it back towards the edge of the box. Roberts, good ball. Ramsey. Ramsey holds it up. Ramsey knocks that one back. All floaty, cross in, headed out by Zimmerman. Well played. Williams tries to win it back. It's cleared away in the end by Yedlin. And I think the USA have got a foul. Harry Wilson is screaming at the ref saying, don't stop the game. It's not a head injury. If it's not a foul, I guess he has a point there, doesn't he? Woot. Woot indeed. Woot. Yedlin, former Newcastle great. Just gets a little bump on the top of the foot there. Clever. Stays down. Senegal, Netherlands was Derby, Watford. Yeah, that wasn't great, was it? We were talking about that. The worst watch-alongs we've done here. Nako Williams is out of the game. Brennan Johnson is in, I assume. Back 4 now if the wing-back's out. And Johnson, who tends to play as a wide right attacker, is in. We'll have a look when we get the wide shot. Yeah, Ben Davies will go left back, won't he? Roberts will be a right back. Ramsey and Purdue. Maybe it's 4-2-3-1. Yeah, with Johnson playing down the right. Yeah, Bale's gone in the 10 position. So it's a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. Use whichever terminology you want to call it. But it's now no longer wing backs. It's a back four, and you've now got Brennan Johnson down one side, Harry Wilson down the other, with Bale playing off Kiefer Moore up top. So look, fair play to Rob Page. I know there's 10 minutes to go. I know his team's losing. He has gone for it. That is a pretty attacking lineup. Now, what else have we got? Do tell me more about these shipping container days. Sounds exhilarating. Ewan, I learned a lot from doing a job I didn't want to do. So, and that's no offense to that. To be fair, I was just putting the files in the cupboard. So, but yeah, it taught me a lot, actually. It taught me a lot about life, that job. Quick throw in from Johnson. Ramsey puts it in low. Bale's there. Oh, it's going to be a penalty. Oh, it's a definite penalty. Bale goes down, and the Welsh have a penalty. He got there first. My first reaction, I've not seen a replay yet, was definite penalty. Stone wall. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 100% a penalty. It's really poor from Zimmerman. Goes through the back of Bale, who gets there first. It's definitely not going to be overturned. And Wales have a huge chance to equalise. Gareth Bale has the ball. Kiefer Moore's standing hands on hips. I think he wants the ball. Maybe Gareth Bale's going to spot it for Kiefer Moore. Defo Pen, yeah, agreed. Pen, Stone Wool. Bale's clever. He knew the tackle was coming. He knew he just had to get the first touch, and then right through the back of him went Zimmerman. And Gareth Bale is going to take this left-footed. He hasn't played that well, Bale, but we know he's a player for the big moments for Wales. Their referee is doing a great job here, actually, I have to say, of saying to the keeper, look, you're on camera. Don't step off the goal line. It's going to be retaken if you do. Gareth Bale did miss one in the Euros, didn't he? We all remember. The pressure is on. Big moment this. Bale for Wales. Stutters the run-up. Scores! Sticks it in. Left-footed. It's a big tournament, and Gareth Bale is at it again. USA won. Wales won. And now, all of a sudden, with this group, the way it's scheduled, you would now say advantage Wales, with England playing the USA next, and Wales with what looks like a gimme against Iran if they play anything like they did today. Wales, vital goal. Bale wins the penalty. Bale scores the penalty. Get your thoughts in the comments. Here's the call again. Yeah, the most Bale. Let's see the replay. Little stutter. Nice lift. The keeper, to be fair, goes the right way. Then it wasn't going to go in. Sorry. I hope please tell me we're not going to lose internet again. We've got both the goals. I think we're okay. Everybody stay calm. Fingers crossed, although it did flip in and out earlier. And we did say that about Bale. He was having a bit of an indifferent game, you'd have to say. But we know he is a big game player for sure, Gareth Bale. And we know he'll always take the responsibility on a big moment like that. And he absolutely smashed that penalty. Oh, Bale on 82 minutes gets the equaliser. And I would think Wales, given how long they were behind for, will be well happy with a draw from this one. Right. Blah, 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 blah. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Just broke the keeper's hands. Yeah, absolutely. Get on, Gareth. Draws on. That's a penalty. No messing around with that. This is the thing with penalties, isn't it? Even if the keeper goes the right way, good power into that top half of the goal, it's really hard for them to save. I'm going to whack through your comments there, and we'll try and make sure we focus on the last 7 minutes now, or 6 minutes indeed. We're coming up to 84. Although FIFA have obviously got some edict to play tons of stoppage time. Look, loads of people have been moaning about time wasting this season. So maybe they're trying to deal with that. What I'm saying is we've had lots of stoppage time, so we might get 5, 6, 7 minutes, regardless of whether we think we should or not. We'll see whether it's a recurring pattern here in the World Cup. Big Diag looking for Brennan Johnson. I don't think he's had a touch yet, has he? He has now. Out it goes for a throw-in. And if I were Wales, I would lob this one into the box, keep the pressure on. No, they've taken it early. And there is a foul by Kiefer Moore on Tim Ream. I need to change the ticker, don't I? Because it is USA 1, Wales 1. Let's just bring the group up. I know you can all figure this out because it's only 3 games. But this is how it now looks. And remember the scheduling. Remember the scheduling. So England now in front. It's a perfect result for England, actually. In fact, let me just break away from this. As Robinson crosses in, is headed up in the air and headed out a bit nervously by Brennan Johnson. So let me go back full screen. Ramsey still in there. I don't know if he's going to last the whole 90, is he? And Adams has it for the USA. And that's interesting because it feels like I've not been mentioning the USA central midfielders a lot. And Adams and McKennie and Musa in the first half. I know McKennie and Musa have been substituted now. Have had significantly less impact on this game in the second half. Here comes Yedlin. Yedlin puts in a searching cross, which is headed away very nicely. Let me just put that table up one more time. So it's perfect for England because they're going to be minimum of 2 points ahead from everybody. But the next set of games is Wales, Iran, England, USA. And if that goes with the favourites, that would put England on 6, Wales on 4, USA on 1, and Iran on 0, which would mean England would have qualified with a game to go. And we would get that situation that someone was mentioning in the chat where potentially a draw would suit both England and Wales in the last game. Look, we're a long way from that. We've still got 2 rounds of fixtures to go, but it's worth saying this early in the proceedings. Oh, woof. This tempo US has shown today, England can expect a very different game. Yeah, agree with that totally. Delivery into the box has been awful. Yeah, and they've dealt with all the crosses in, Russ, haven't they? Draw perfect for England, beat USA, and that's us through. Yes, indeed. Even if the Welsh were to beat the Iranians, obviously England would then be 5 points and 6 points. They would qualify by the second game. So it is really perfect for England. If this stays level, and then England were to beat the USA and Wales were to beat Iran, you would have England on 6, Wales on 4, USA on 1, and Iran on 0. And England would qualify after 2 games. Again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Timothy Weir, the goal scorer, is out. He's been substituted. Ramsey chasing in, puts a decent crossing, grabbed by Turner in goal. Morris, is that Jordan Morris who was at Swansea? I think he was really unlucky at Swansea. Pretty much signed and got injured immediately, and Steve Cooper barely got to use him, did he? Here is Wright. Good moment this for USA. Cross comes in. Yedlin's going to follow up. Yedlin. Oh, Hennessy, catch that. Goodness me. Yedlin knocks it back in. It's cleared away in the end. Looked a little bit uncertain there. Oh, here comes Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson is quick as anything. Into the box. Johnson hits the shot straight at the keeper. Whoa. This game is getting stretched, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just add that sub in. So Jordan Morris in for USA. Harry Wilson's not stupid. He's just hit the deck and he's going to stay down. If he's hurt, I apologise, but I think he's probably clever. Actually, it's him who committed the foul there on Aronson. We're just seeing that Brennan Johnson shot there straight at the keeper. A difficult angle. To be fair to Wilson, he does look hurt. Just looking at his left Achilles, I think. USA 1, Wales 1, 89 on the clock. You know England will make hard work of USA, but quality should show in the end. They don't look a terrible side, the USA, do they? But I think whoever said it in the chat about them possibly tiring in the second half, we've got to give Wales some credit as well. Obviously, they've been a lot better in the second half than they were in the first half. They've put the pressure on. And here comes the set play master. Championship fans will be very familiar with Sorba Thomas about to come in. In fact, one very good set play taker in Wilson. Out and one in. 9 minutes. FIFA are determined that we're going to get 100-minute games every week, aren't we? Or every game, rather. 9 minutes of stoppage time has gone up. There you go. How many added minutes? 15. Oh, you only won out, Ian. It was 9 in the end. They're definitely going for it with the stoppage time here. Something's been said because there was 10 minutes in the England game, not in the first half where the keeper got the concussion, but in the second half where it just felt like a normal English League game. That would have been 5 minutes, 6 minutes tops or whatever with the subs and the goals and whatnot. But no, 10 and 9 indeed in this one. By the way, guys, do hit the like button. We thank you profusely, especially those of you who stayed in the chat when we had awful internet problems in the first half and all the way through half time. We thank you. Pulisic sticks the cross in low, cleared away. Where did they get that from? No idea. USA a lot more robust than I expected. Yeah, I agree with that, Helen. We can all sleep happy till Friday, having a 2-point lead in the table. Yeah, it has worked out well. Ooh. Ampadu is really in trouble here. That could well be his World Cup over. He's really holding his calf. Hopefully he hasn't torn anything there and he's just tweaked it. Sometimes a tweak, if you're running, can send you down. There. It just goes 50-50. It's weird, that one, because the impact was on the front. There on the shin. They're still going to bring Sorba Thomas on. I wonder if they're going to review this and just see how Ampadu is. I think the idea was that Harry Wilson was going to go off. I suppose they can still make a central midfield change. So Thomas comes in. We'll see if he gets a chance to take a free kick. One of the best in the English second tier from set plays over the past season and a half. Absolutely brilliant corner and free kick delivery. Excuse me. Both teams have 5 subs and referees are told. I think this is a myth, Joe, about that. I once spent a while looking for anywhere that's written down in the game, this 30 seconds per sub. It's not written anywhere. I'd love to hear a referee speak about whether they are actually told, how that's told. And I'd love to see evidence of that because you always hear it in the stadiums, 30 seconds per sub, 30 seconds per goal. I couldn't find it anywhere in the laws. I'm prepared to be wrong about that, but feels like a bit of an informal old wives' tale, that one. Again, I'm prepared to be wrong about that if someone can show me anywhere in the laws there, but it seems to be what people suspect. But well, still don't get how you land at 9 minutes in terms of this one. Will Wales get the winner? Well, with the 9 minutes of stoppage time, we're at 93:30. So about 5.5 minutes for them to do it. Here comes Brennan Johnson. Drives towards the box, tries to poke it through to Kiefer Moore. Can't get it through there. Nice ball by Moore, just lifts it back to Roberts. Roberts curls into the near post, looking for Bale. Headed clear. Robinson heads away. I think Wales are the more likely winners here if there is going to be a late goal in this one. Ampadu is keeping going, is he? He's hobbling like anything. I assume there's more central midfielders on the bench for the Welsh. Joe Morrell, Joe Allen, Johnny Williams, Dylan Lever, Matt Smith, plenty of options if they want to stick somebody in for the last 5 minutes of this one. Yeah, it is going to be Morrell who's going to come in for Ampadu. And that will be a fourth sub for the Welsh. Morrell of Portsmouth into the game with about 4.5, 5 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Here is Zimmerman for the USA, who have slowed right down, I tell you, after that cracking pace they were playing at in the first half. Yedlin, Wales with all bar one player, Bale, is behind the ball. Here is Acosta. Out it goes wide. Pulisic, he's been quiet the last 15. Pulisic, dreadful cross there, but I think he's going to get away with it. It's all the way out to the back post, and Morris into the box it goes. Hennessy has not filled me with great confidence on the last couple of crosses he's had to face, but they've gotten away with that one, and it's smashed through. And it's going to be a goal kick to Wales. They will hope now, with it saying 96-17 on the clock, that they can get this down the ground and spend the remainder of the sort of 2.5 minute stoppage time we've got, that they can spend that in the other half. But best laid plans and all that. Pulisic wins it there. Aronson. Thomas headed down the line. Thomas tries to get it out of his feet. Adams on the cover. That looked like that went out, but hey, the camera's a long way away. Pulisic, lovely control. He's snapped in though. Morrell there, good tackle. Takes it off Pulisic. And here is Silver Thomas again. Bit of room ahead of him. Maybe trying a little bit too hard to make an impact in his short time here, Thomas. Big switch of play by Metham. Thomas chests it down. There we go, looking a bit more composed now. Here's Thomas again. Puts it in the box. Oh, Moore, good chest down. Moore lays that one off. Oh, it breaks and it's cleared away. Ooh. I wonder whether Kiefer Moore was going to try and volley that. Peter Crouch, chest and volley or overhead kick or whatever, straight back at goal. Oh, that's broken nicely. Now here is Ramsey. Ramsey to Bale. Bale steps inside. Heavy touch again by Bale. I hate to say it. I know he won and scored the penalty, but in the remainder of the game, he hasn't actually played that well, has he? Here is Yedlin. Yedlin to Adams. We are into the last minute of minimum stoppage time. 98-14 up of what we know the minimum is going to be 99. Beans, we're playing hours of extra stoppage time. Has the ref called full time? Has he called it early? No, he hasn't. Who's got the free kick then? No idea what's going on. It's been kicked out for a throw-in, but I think it's a free kick, isn't it? Yeah, it's all the way back in their own half for the United States. They're taking it short, and that's going to be it. This is going to be the last phase of play. Ream to Robinson. I expect the ref will blow any second now. He's having a good look. I don't know why he doesn't just blow now with the US in possession at the back. All eyes on the referee. Another look at the watch. Pinged forward down the line. Roberts has headed that when he probably didn't need to, and it would have gone out. Acosta knocks it inside. Here's Yedlin. Yedlin puts the cross in. Don't concede now, Wales. That would not be clever. 99:38 on the clock. Morris. And that's dealt with. Surely the ref is going to blow now. It's booted down the ground. Moore and Ream and Turner all converging on the ball together. Oh, Bale. Oh, it's a really cynical foul there because Bale was about to pull the trigger and try and shoot for goal there. It was a foul he needed to make. You can see Bale knew what he wanted to do there. Look at the US bench applauding that foul there. Acosta takes the yellow card. And joins 1, 2, 3 of his teammates in the book. Can't believe we're still playing. 100 minutes gone now. In goes the free kick from Thomas. Right, surely the ref is going to blow as Turner boots the ball down the ground. And it is USA 1, Wales 1. Get your thoughts in via the comments. It's the perfect result for England, first of all. Not that this is about England. They played earlier. We thought this might be a key game for both the US and the Welsh. In my estimation, it now puts the advantage in Wales' hands with the USA playing England next and Wales playing Iran. So we could possibly go in to the last game and Wales could have a 3-point lead, potentially, if the results go to the table. Let me just throw that up for you on the screen. There you go. 3-1-1-0 is how it stands. And yeah, looking very, very good for England after today. The results couldn't have gone too much better. A +4 on the goal difference and a draw in the other game is pretty much perfect stuff for England. So in this one, USA much the better side in the first half. Timothy Ware got the goal. Wales, good value in the second half. They huffed and they puffed. In the end, Gareth Bale just getting in front of Zimmerman. He's taken down, takes the penalty himself with 10 minutes or so left to play and makes it 1-1. Now it's over to the games against Iran for the Welsh and England for the USA. I know who I would rather be playing after today. Let's go. Let's go into the chat here. Hashtag thanks, Ben. You're very, very welcome. I reckon one of these teams drop points to Iran. Really? Well, we'll see. Iran need to improve after today. Maybe Pulisic is the same problem. Very skillful, would be suited better to the Liga. Maybe so. Thank you very much, Helen. Christopher, I'll do a tweet out or a YouTube post tomorrow and let you know which games we're covering today. Did Ben just do a cameo? Yep, absolutely. No idea what happened. Best card I've seen in yeah, it's a naughty one, that one, wasn't it, Russ? I know the laws of football don't take into account the identity of a player, but it was almost a denial of an obvious goal scorer. No, it wasn't, but given the player, he's more than capable of lobbing that one into the goal, wasn't it? First draw yes, good point. First draw of the tournament, like I predicted. Yep, well said, Charlie. Good fight, good night. Draw probably right. Happy with a draw from an England point of view, yes. Wales shows up second half, missing first half, deserved a point. Agreed. Best match of the tournament so far, certainly the most competitive, wasn't it? Could draw against USA, then knock Wales out. So it's going to be on goal difference. Could well be. Realistically, neither of these sides should get close to England. Actually, disappointing Wales. They looked very average in the first half, poor, weren't they? But good in the second half. Ian, Wales, poor for me. US controlled the first 70, but tired badly, didn't they? Tired, I think. I just don't see England losing to either of these. You're not the first person to say that. What else have we got? You're very welcome. Cheers for both streams. You're all very, very welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you especially for that 15-minute period. Well done for Russ. I see for Jolly in the chat along there. Appreciate you guys hanging around. Oh, man of the match. We didn't do it, did we? In the first half, it definitely would have been a USA player, wouldn't it? Possibly Dest if he hadn't have got booked. McKennie maybe, but he was a little bit slippery in midfield. Second half, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like there was a standout player at all, does there? Difficult one to call. You can have a think about that one. Russ, yeah, appreciate it a lot, mate. Apologies again, everyone, for the internet going down. Liam, legend. Adams, yeah, Matt's probably not a bad shout, is it? He was in for the whole 100 minutes, wasn't he? And still moving things about. Right. Thank you, lot. Again, sincere apologies that the internet went down. We'll have a good look at that tomorrow, and hopefully it's just a weather thing here in this storm that we're in Bedfordshire. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's over and out from me.